Waiting for people to get through this queue. Woo, it's so fun. I'll use this opportunity to make sure OBS is recognizing the stream. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Last time, we ran around Limsa. We also ran around Oldar. Now this time, once OBS wants to, there we go, and yes, people can comment on whether that state of board is even possible in Triple Triad. Someone who's played Final Fantasy VIII, please let me know. Welcome to me. I'm here. This person's choosing to wear a specific outfit. Anyway, let us head this way. We could... Well, actually no, the description actually tells you exactly what you need to know. Will the sea be cooling? Looks like the sea's trying to get to us. I've done this slightly wrong. I should have used the Infinite Shard. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck up anyway. Will the sea be cooling? They're gonna go gambling. Cue, I don't know, a billion voice bits of that one meme, that let's go gambling thing, you know? I, for one, am not really a gambler at heart. I'd rather keep my money where I know where it'll be and not in the chance of it all going away. This is a reception desk for flights bound for the Mandeville Gold Saucer. Before the meeting, do you have your ticket? We do. Because everything's in order. Leisure will depart. And we'll be travelling. Gambling is the name of the game today. Well, a little bit. No, don't you see, me putting all this money in slot machines somehow helps the elementals in Gundania? Can't you see, fellow conjurers? I actually have wanted this on the YouTube community tab. To whoever dislikes them, what do I need to improve on? If it's just everything in general, then okay, sure, fair enough. If it's one thing in particular that's very easily fixed, then okay, fair enough. If it's the internet thing, then hey, congratulations, it's technically a stress test, as I have a Wi-Fi extender. That means I now have Ethernet connection again. Yay! Let's hope I can A, not have to deal with my Wi-Fi going continuously, or B, that the Ethernet works its charm, and I don't have to deal with any OBS disconnections at all. Anyway, we can see here in this cutscene while I talk about my setup, to see that people are having fun and games. I guess that makes sense because there are children around. Also, Cracktar in a very spiffing getup. I gotta say, I do like me a top hat. Anyway, but no top hat is as good as this hat. I think I left my Jigglypuff plushie on it last night, accidentally. So it's a little flattened right now, but hey, you know. Also to people who want to have a tip of hat. I can tell you I'm certainly one for that. Anyway, It Could Happen to You is therefore completed already. That's right, we didn't even need to do anything other than help on an airship. Yippee! But since we're here, might as well go and see what it's all about. So we take a bit of gil, which is, you know, it's always nice to get some, because I do want to get my hands on some minions, potentially. Well, all your dreams can come true. Is this Disneyland? That is, all your dreams can come true if you have enough Mandeville Gold Saucer points, your MGP. And 10 gil is 1 MGP. Eldar law prevents the Gold Saucer from exchanging MGP if the patron already possesses more than 500. And it cannot be converted back. So if you convert some of your money, then you've done that, you fool. There's also tickets. I'll just play some of the mini attractions. Kind of neat. Welcome, honoured guest, to the Mandeville Gold Saucer, where your wildest dreams are ever but a card or a chocobo's beak away from coming true. If this is your first visit, nothing would please us more than to give you a full tour of our establishment, that you might enjoy its wonders to the fullest. At the conclusion of the tour, it is our custom to offer our esteemed patrons a complimentary gift, straight from the vaults of our illustrious proprietor himself. Consider it Lord Mandeville's way of personally thanking you for your patronage. Should you wish to take the tour, pray proceed to the main counter over there and speak with the receptionist. On behalf of the management, I take this opportunity to thank you for choosing the Gold Saucer. Rest assured, my colleagues and I will spare no effort in seeing that your visit is a pleasant and profitable one. May fortune smile upon you. Fair enough. And so, onwards we go. First things first, this receptionist fella. And we get cutscene. Woo. Welcome, traveller, to the Gold Saucer. This is the main counter where you can purchase tickets for the mini catpot, acquire and redeem Mandeville Gold Saucer points, and much, much more. But what in the world are Mandeville Gold Saucer points? I hear you cry. A most astute question, and one which I shall be only too happy to answer. But first, if I may direct your gaze to your left. Beyond those majestic gates, you'll find Chocobo Square, home to the Chocobo Racing Circuit. Aye, what Chocobo owner has not dreamed of pitting their fleetest bird against the realm's finest in a pulse-quickening dash for fame and fortune? Truly, it is the sport of sultans. We don't have a Chocobo, so we can't wait around, obviously. But should you decide a more elaborate cost-tested strategy, you'll surely find it in Minion Square, at the Lord of Minion tables, where would-be generals pit armies of minions against one another in battles for honour and glory. Now, where were we? Oh yes, Mandeville Gold Saucer points. Put simply, MGP, as we call it for short. No, not Metal Gear persons. I'm trying to come up with a word that wasn't just penis. I am sorry, I failed. It is the currency by which dreams are bought and sold within these halls. But my associate here beside me can tell you more, including how to go about acquiring some MGP of your very own. Please speak with him to continue the tour. Indeed, we shall continue the tour with this person here that exchanges the lovely stuff. So, you're about to experience the wonders of the Gold Saucer for the first time. How I envy you. But before you venture forth, you want to exchange a share of your Gill for MGP, a service which is my great honour to provide. With MGP in your coin purse, you'll be able to enjoy all the fabulous attractions we have to offer, and all of the wonderful games. If you play them with skill, you'll find on your little sack of points increasing 10, 20, even 100-fold. Now that you know the fundamentals, please step out onto the floor of the Gold Saucer. Your tour will continue at Card Square to the southwest. The card trainer there will be your guide. Of course, we'd be happy to exchange some of your guild for MGP before you venture on. While my associates and I strive to leave nothing unexplained, there's truly no substitute for first-hand experience, and I highly recommend you trying your hand at our many amusements for yourself. So yeah, we can go to here and we can exchange. So for every 10 gil, that's some points. So if, say, we want 50 MGP, that's 500 of our gil that we just exchange for lovely stuff. Well, anyways, next thing, actually first things first, there's an Ape Child here. Might as well attune to it while we're here. And we're already at the Triple Triad, people! The trader is the one that we need to talk to. Well, aren't you a handsome one? Oh, lovely. A Makoto that has to wear bunny ears, because yeah, we're wanting that. When did Gold Saucer come out? I'm assuming it was during the Rumble. Home of the Triple Triad tables. What's Triple Triad, you ask? Because you didn't play Final Fantasy VIII, you fucking scrub? Why, only the mind-bending, pulse-pounding, maddening, Moorish card game that's taken the world by storm. But don't take my word for it. Behold! Can you feel the tension in the air? From a hand of 5 cards and play the role of a field general sending your bravest into battle. Should you wish to learn the rules and experience the excitement for yourself, you need only ask. Start today and we'll even throw in some complimentary cards to help you on your way. You can face off against a single opponent at any time, or, if you crave an even greater test of your skills, take part in one of our regular tourneys. And believe me when I tell you, there's no feeling quite like standing triumphant on the battlefield after vanquishing all comers. You really should try it. A minute to learn, a lifetime to master. That's Triple Triad. But I'm getting carried away. You have a tour to finish. Wonder Square is your next destination. Now, not that there's any hurry, of course. If you'd like to play a hand or two before you go, you need but to say the word. Well, I for one think that this is a wise idea. You know what? Screw the tour. Triple Triad is taking yours here by storm. Care to try your hand at this entrancing new card game? Yep. And so another challenger is born. Welcome to the world of Triple Triad, where you pit your cards against an opponent in a test skill of battle skill, strategy, and the odd dose of luck. Here at the Mandeville Gold Saucer, I am pleased to present all new players with the cards they need to get started. To play a match, however, first you'll need a deck comprised of 5 cards from your registered card list. Oh, and I suggest speaking with the nearby Triple Triad trader should you wish to expand your card collection. That's my throat going already. So yeah, that's just telling us how to do things. So, and challenging the masters. Before we can do anything else, we're gonna have to, of course, first things first, go into our inventory and redeem these cards that we just got. We got ourselves a 1-star Dodo, 1-star Saboteur and a triple decker achievement for getting 1 card. It's one of those freebie achievements at the end of the day because you get 5 immediately and you can't really get more without these, so at the very least. And we have to go over to the gold source a bit and see what we've got for ticket allowances here. We can see is like, oh look, ticket allowance stuff. Chocobo, of course, if we owned a place one. And of course our collection here, a lot of them are various acquisitions that we can't see, but we can see that some of them are random acquisitions from purchasing stuff. Some are apparently off of various other things. If we look around, we might even... triple triad trainer. I'm assuming most of the question marks are like beat boss in middle of Heaven's Sword location here. Like, I'm assuming like if we go to like here, like this... Oh, this stuff actually has like other factors to it, but I'm assuming like some of the ones down here will be like, oh, for those that have cleared all of Dawn Trail in 5 seconds, kind of that. Oh, actually, we didn't sort out the thing we needed to sort out, and I almost missed one thing. We need to go to the card decks and apply them to our thing. Oh. You can either do it like this, like I am, or you can just press recommended, which of course, yeah. And as you can see here, we have numbers. But I shouldn't explain it. No, the game should. Ready for a match, are you? Wonderful. I'm afraid I must deduct a number of MGP per triple triad regulations, but rest assured that victory shall bring you back those points and more. Now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to the game that is Sweeping the Realm. We can now challenge, and there is a possible prize that is a card not on our card list. How lovely. The match fee of 5, but we get 10, so yeah, we do get paid back for this, so lovely stuff. And all open, meaning we can see what the opponent has. It's played by placing cards on a 3x3 grid. The player to act first is decided at random. A variety of rules exist that change how the game is played. Let's start with an easy one, all open. Yeah, it allows us to see all the cards. Go first this time to show you how it's done. I'll also extend the turn timer so you have plenty of time to think. So we can now be like, ooh, how do we go about this, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, well, you see, the Chocobo has quite a clear thing here. I will go with my bomb, and I'll go here. See how my card changed colour? That means you captured the card. Indeed we did. No time event, Leap of Faith is now underway in Round Square. Ooh, well, that's a different thing. Even if you date a card with a small number, it will not on that card being captured. So yeah, basically, we do that in hopes that we don't then get, yeah, that's exactly what would happen. Which makes sense, and I can't capture it back, so what I want is that. Ooh. I'm forced to go here, as there's no way for them to capture. Oh, pardon me. And we got the achievement, triple team, and we got a Sprigging card. Pardon me as well, by the way. Oh, well done. Now you have an understanding of the rules. It's time for you to go forth and seek out the many triple triad players found here in the Autorsa. And the world belonged. As you can see, there was a whole bunch here that we can see. So, and we did get ourselves a Sprigging card. So, yeah. There's an tournament official there. I'm assuming that's for that. But, ignoring the tour for a moment, let's head over to that Leap of Faith. Yeah, I'm just straight up just going to ignore the tour. I'm going to the Aetherite class. I'm going to see if I need to do the tour for this, because I might as well check this out while it's active, you know. Sabotender here. Helps Kevin jump your way to victory, then step way up and take a look at Leap of Faith. Yeah, I'll take the leap. Welcome to Leap of Faith. Whee! We got a... Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button. I accidentally... So it's Y to jump. So... Whee! Ah, there's a bunch of statues we can collect. I fucked up massively. I kind of swerved away from where I was meant to land. Oh, fuck. So, someone at some point had the great idea while they were busy playing one of those Minecraft parkour maps and went, what if we did it in Final Fantasy? You know, a game that's definitely not designed with this in mind. At least that's my logic behind this, because... I did it. I did it. Yeah. Huh. That. So there's a bunch of cactuses we can collect, which is kind of cool. I did not move at all. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, this is going to stress me out a little. Eventually, why did I do that? I've done that now multiple times, but I'm just like, yeah, no, this makes sense. I'm thinking the gap's smaller because of the mushrooms. That is my reasoning behind it. I don't know why someone would head that way. There's apparently 6 bronze, 3 silver, and we've actually claimed 2 of those. Huh. Oh god, it's like... This probably would be easier on a keyboard. I'm using an Xbox controller. It's like you better have momentum, I swear. Actually, yeah, is that like a secret statue around there? No, it doesn't look like it. Also, we're supposed to do this within a certain amount of time, without knowledge of the course. Or if you've done it before, then you would have knowledge. Congratulations, you. Oh, for fuck's sake! Maybe we'll get past this damn acorn. Maybe we won't. Who knows? We'll be at this for the next 6 minutes. 7 minutes even, potentially. Oh boy, okay. We'll finish up the tour and then... Okay, that's the first time I fucked up there. I'm not shit at games, I swear. Actually, to be fair, I can claim that I'm not shit at how the standard gameplay works, because this is not standard gameplay. I jumped too early? Oh. Because I'm looking at the timer, I'm thinking, oh shit, I haven't made it past a set point with a set amount of time and... hatred. Whew. Well, this is going up, so... Now it's platform. I take it there's other platforms someone could go. 5 minutes to complete this. I jumped over. Good. I love doing that. Oh, and you can't go up there. That's... Can't jump up that way. That's bull. okay, I swear there are times when your jump is just too much. Yeah, and then I do that too little. That is actually bullshit. Yeah, again, I'm just jumping over it. This sort of overcorrectiveness that you need to do. It's not something you do on a... Oh! No! What the fuck?! Do I go back to all the way to the start at this point, or do I go back to, like... I go all the way back to the bloody start. You have got to be fucking joking! So that platform there's just as a safety guard, and I missed it completely! By God, if I wanted to be jumping around endlessly like this, I would have A, not chosen to do this, and one, bored playing! 2, I would just be playing Minecraft! Because I can just hop onto one of those multiplayer servers and just jump around endlessly in one of those parkour things and fuck up those. At least there it's like people actually figured out how to do it in a way that makes sense within the game mechanics. This is just walking forward, pressing Y, and then occasionally the game's just like, actually no, the jump you do is way better than you needed. Or no, way more than you needed. I hate everything. I feel like I've wasted my time. I'm going to keep peeking up. Words. I'm going to keep making the mic be peaked on OBS because this is stressing me out to no end. We'll finish the tour of the Gold Saucer. We'll do anything that the game lets us do for free because I ain't spending more money on this fucking place. And then I'm going to go and answer that phone call from the sea telling me, hey, you got things to do. I.e. the first bloody dungeon of the game, and I need to still figure out for sure whether or not I am... No, I didn't make it. Okay. Well, I've made it back here, guys. With like a minute to go, so I'm not finishing it. Especially when I missed that jump! Oh, you fucking game! Oh, right. I'm gonna cross my arms. Let's all enjoy this next minute where we're not finishing. I refuse to participate in this. I refuse. From this point forth. I refuse on principle. Also, look at this person here that just spawned in. They have an axe. Don't get on their bad side. They'll cleave you in two. Like seriously, like that just looks like an answer to get mashed in half. Be careful, they might be able to punch you in the face really hard with those arms. That'd be really bad. I'm assuming that this is people that have won this thing because they're despawning immediately. Well, that was fun. That was so fun. I love losing horribly. We got an irregular tombstone of Phantasmagoria. So we still got, for participating, 100, and we still got stuff from having the cactuars. Okay, so we got 1,100 in total. So, you know, at the end of the day, that wasn't too bad actually, to be honest. Right, anyways, let's head the way that the game intends us to head. Now, speaking actually, is we should probably actually just double check. That's Passion for Fashion, and that's Scratch It Witch. You know what? We have got some MGP, so Right, let's head here and talk to this guy so we get the quest. Welcome, fair traveller. Care to test your luck in a Carrot ticket? Sure. To gain a chance, available to you twice every day, 3 times. Playing is simplicity itself, just guess the value of the covered numbers to win it big. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Do you feel lucky? And it resets 3 PM half time. Whatever that means. No, pardon me. So, as we can see here, I can select any of these slots that aren't uncovered. This 4 is available for us for free. And this is how much MPGP we would get paid out based on the number we have. No, pardon me. Obviously, getting 1, 2, 3 in a row, netting 6 is the best prize possible. That's a 9, that's a 5, and that's a 3. So, we can't get that at all. Let's go with the 9 and the 5. We got 306. Dream Small 1 has also been killed. We can get another one. Oh, that's a 7, that's a 5, that's 2. Let's go here. Oh, it was an 8. But we are getting more than what we paid, so 7, 8. So if I do like a tie row like that, we can see that this is an 8, 7, 2, which means it's 17, which would net us 180. Or we can bet our luck on this being a 1. Like I say, let's go gamble. Woo! We did it! We got the 10,000! Hey! Woohoo! We got Rams and Saucer 2 out of it as well. And 10,000 stuff. Adding 1,000 nets us a title. Gambler. Interesting. So, yeah, that means we do actually have a title now we can put on ourselves. Gambler. So if I head over this way, this person has a quest. Passion for fashion, and every little thing she does is mahjong. I dressed precisely as I was told to receive such a dreadful score, not to mention humiliating criticism. You wish to know what's bothering me? That is, well, for I wish to unburden myself. Been having for some time with the fashion report. Okay, right, yeah. And the other thing you've got is mahjong. I'm going to ignore all this text. I don't care about the text at all. Here. Ladies and gentlemen, as any Like a Dragon fan would like to definitely not have to talk about the PTSD that they've gotten from having to do this, mahjong! No! And that's why I'm never going to play any Like a Dragon game ever. I'm willing to learn shogi. I'm actually not too bad at shogi because of Like a Dragon. Mahjong, I am never fucking clearing. I am never winning a singular game of Mahjong. Anyway, talking to the gatekeeper here is the actual quest that we're doing. Oh, you look lost, honey. Why don't I show you around? I've been dying for some company. Wink, wink. What are you on about? Feast your eyes on Wonder Square. From gripping games and awe-inspiring attractions to the finest in fine dining and the freshest of refreshments. There's no end to the wonders housed within these halls. Let's not forget the most wondrous of them, El Colosso, as we lovingly call our mammoth cat our mascot, is the star of some of our most popular events. Suffice it to say, you won't want to miss them. Yeah, fair enough. Now I know what you're thinking. With everything going on at the Gold Saucer, how could I ever hope to keep up? But you needn't worry, my fellow gatekeepers and I will always be on hand to see that you don't miss a thing. For the continuation of your tour, I've been instructed to direct you into the waiting arms of colleague Falander at the Cactpot board. One of our most popular girls, and once you meet her, I'm sure you'll understand why. Ta-ta for now. Okay. Just gonna walk around and make sure that I've definitely got LA nets. Don't see any over here. Ah! Here we go, this is the fashion thing. Here with Masked Rose. We get a cutscene for this one. Oh, a new challenger has come to put his stylistic sensibilities to the test. Welcome to the fashion report, good sir. Why do I do that? Like, what? Is everything all right? Yes, everything is rosy. Why only so? Oh, right. Okay. Correctly, I think this guy is also in the Weavers Guild. Excellent! Full glad I am here to hear this. Now then, I believe this is your first time participating in the fashion report. Allow me to explain the concept and the rules. Fashion is the form of self-expression. What we wear without is a reflection of who we are within, be it a conscious effort or no. This choice brings our individuality to the fore. Some folk are drawn to vibrant colours. Others may favour a loose fit for comfort. And while 'tis well and good to dress to one's preferences, a man cannot prefer that which he does not know. The world of fashion is vast, and at times daunting. But if we have the courage to take a step into the unknown, we may discover wonderful new ways of self-expression we had never considered. And 'tis for no other reason than to encourage folk to take that first step that I created this challenge, the Fashion Report. The rules are simple. Assign you a theme, based upon which you are to attire yourself to the best of your abilities. I shall then judge you and award you a score, which is aim free. There's a host of fabulous prizes to be won, courtesy of Mandeville and Mandeville. If you wish to know the final prize of the game, my lovely assistant Kasumi shall attend you. And that's a lovely name to have. I blame Persona. Anyway, I look forward to giving you my unadulterated, brutally honest evaluation of your fashion sense, which is why that person got really annoyed, because they obviously weren't fashionable in this guy's eyes. We'll just nod along for now, and yeah, just a laid back pose just there on there. It's now available. We can talk to Masked Woes to do stuff if we so desire with that. Anywho's heading on up. Is an Infinite Shard? I know I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it like the fucking plague. I shouldn't have picked it up, damn it. But yes, over here is Mahjong. Can I just skip this? I don't care about Mahjong. Right, thank you. Do I need to explain what Mahjong is? I made the reference to Like Dragon with it, because that's where you'll probably have to play it if you're trying to do more things in it. Or in Kiwami 2, where there's a sub-story where you have to do it on literally the lowest amount of points possible to help a guy out. I would fucking refuse it. Oh. I'm not doing another leap of faith. Fuck right off on that one. There's another Infinite Shard over here. And yeah, there is this part. I'll make my way back down. I'm not leap of faithing it again. But oh yeah, because 3 PM. It's 3 PM now. So the character pots have refreshed. I got him in at just at the right time, didn't I? So hey, we can go back there at a later point and do the mini cat pot again. Woo! It is currently a Thursday, so right, let's see. Where's any potential Aphanites? There's a Moogle's Paw. Woo! Claw machines. I love claw machines. They're so fun when they're totally not wigged. Actually, yeah, I should probably check. There's the Catbot board and round square. So I should have picked that one up. But I didn't. I didn't at all. I'm a fool again. Ooh, pardon me. Nope, that's not the right way. This is the right way. We don't have two Aphanites like right next to each other like that. Except I understand that it's like this one's needed because it's right next to the jumper cat pot. Which, you know, fair enough. Hello, Phileda. Apparently you're certainly an eye catcher, apparently. And 7 out of 10. Yeah. Greetings, handsome. I've been waiting for you. Oh, great. Most specious of all the areas of the Gold Saucer Fence Square is the fanciful cornucopia of pleasure and delight. Doubtless the sizable stage in the middle of the square has caught your eye. This is the scene of some of our most sensational attractions, so don't be shy about taking centre stage. And after the curtain has fallen, why not try changing your life forever at the Jumbo Catch Pot? Okay, fair enough. Choose 4 numbers and cast your hopes to the heavens. Now, as far as I enjoy games, no, you're unfair, it's time for us to part. Oh, but off to Round Square we go, which would explain Leap of Faith probably to us. So, I jumped that gun. But anyway, yeah, there's Jumbo Crack Top. We could try our hand on it. We pick 4 numbers, any from 0 to 9, that tickle our fancy, and inscribe them upon a ticket. We check if the digits last first. So yeah. If all the numbers match, then ding 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 ding, you win. Other than that, it's like you'll have until the following Saturday at 7 PM half time to claim your prize. Once this 1 week period ends, please bear your honor to claim any prizes from the previous drawing. So we do get access to it. We can go for this. So we can determine our number, or we can always random it. So we can do that. So 1444. You know what? Sure, let's do that. And we'll buy another ticket that's actually probably a little bit more sensical, like, I don't know, 9274. And we can buy a third ticket, because why not? Of 2531. And it'll be drawn at 7 o'clock on Saturday. It's Thursday, so that means we won't be hearing about... I won't be able to check to see if we win until 7 o'clock in 2 days. I probably won't be streaming at that time, but I can check anyway and post whether we win or not on my own accord. Anywho, onwards we go to the next area, the round square. What makes it a round square? Well, what makes a squared circle? And to me that, people. And a little Lalafell gatekeeper this time. You're the first time visitor I was told to expect. 1,000 welcomes to Grand Saucer and 1,000 welcomes to Round Square. How can the round square be round, you ask? Not sure I understand the question. All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle. Moving on to the most important matter is that lofty peak, not a sight to behold. That is Mount Cool, the main attraction here in Round Square. Almost filling fence pits are customers against each other in a challenge to see who can most swiftly scale its heights. Fair enough. And that concludes the grand tour. Yippee! We did it. We completed the tour. We still have to go back to the main counter though. And I refuse... Oh, actually we should grab the Ethernet shard while I'm here. And I refuse on principle to ever do the leap of faith again because clearly it was stressing me out. Though it could have been actually quite entertaining. I hope it was at the very least entertaining. So I'm assuming this is just going to be like, yep, bother on sorting out all that. Nope, that's price claim. Information. Information. Right, yeah, we did that. So anyway, this is a price claim thing. We can price exchange for weapons. Ooh. Hold on, so try on. Ah, we're naked. So that's what this looks like, hey? This is spare gear. You know what? That actually doesn't look too bad, actually, I gotta say. So for 10,000 apiece, you can get your hands on any of this stuff. Huh, Heartless with a heart like that? I wonder if that's a Kingdom Hearts reference occurring. But, yeah, so yeah, and then there's Senior Sabatender stuff. That's cool as well. Goes up to all sorts of weapons types. Actually, no, the Senior Sabatender seems to go for most of the classes. Cum Staff! Oh, we better be careful, they're holding the Cum Staff. I remember myself. There's a gambler's trench coat here for 100,000. Darn. I gotta put it on. I gotta try this on. Ooh, look at that. That looks really snazzy, actually. Ooh. A bunny crown, naturally. Can I even try this on? I can try it on. I am the best bunno around while being a male cat. So it doesn't mean I can try on the tights. I can try on the tights. Haha! And the Chief Buster and tights and whatnot. There's also a Riviera doublet and dress. Can I put on the dress? It lets me try on the dress. Just as all classes, doesn't say male or female actually. Huh. And this says fits everyone. So like, let's do that. Which does fit my trousers actually. Grey tunic, slops, a racist doublet. Yeah. Swine body. What? Oh wait, let me guess. Swine head. Yeah, it's a pig. Okay. Charlatan goggles. Hello, it is I. Palplamone. Definitely. I'm joking. Probably not. This guardian gown. Claws of the beast. There's music and furnishings. So if you want to get a bunch of stationary walls and a bunch of things for your player housing, that we can definitely do. And vegetable similar stuff. So we got some minions here with a water imp, a Sue hatchling, black claw, heavy hatchling. Oh, that chocobo needs to work out. A wind-up Nero, Toll Scaver, a piggy, an unlucky rabbit, Mama Maton. I will name it CZ. Anyway. Ooh, hang on, mount. I'm a Twice Whistle, an Archon Throne. Colossus Horn, Typhon Horn, Fenrir Horn, Civitandia Imperial, Blackjack Identification Key. I've got is 4 million. Oh boy. Monocetic ponytails. Curls, great lengths. Pursuing happiness. Get the big grinning note. Shake drinking note. Thrivian dance. Gold dance. The bee's knees. Banana chooses but delightful dance that never gets old. Skimpy attire, optional, and may be frowned upon at certain functions. A way to draw our weapons out. A way to sheathe our weapons. The faces we wear, some glasses. Interesting. Gold paper power soul, angel wings, gambler barding for a chocobo. Same with Mandeville. Right, you know what? We've ended up here at the correct time. Let us purchase a mini-cap pop ticket. We did get lucky. I doubt we'll get lucky again. So yeah, if I do like that, 1, 3, 8. Done. Actually, what would that add up to? That would add up to 12. I'd rather hedge my bets on this one. 1,080. The mini-cap pot is basically just going to be a grind on whether or not you can get like 2, 3, 5. That nets me a 10. 72, that works. Oh no, one last ticket that we can draw for today. For today, we'll have to wait until tomorrow at 3 PM to do it. 9, 3, 4. So unless this is a 1 and a 2. Ah! 8! They got in the way! Fuck! Well, over here we can see a triple triad trader. So we can get our hands on some of these cards here. For our MGP. And we can also like get random chance on some specific cards through these specific ones. And it says 1 of 15 high rarity triple triad cards from the gold one. So that's the thing. So yeah, unless there's something else I really did decide to do, which that's the jockey stuff, and that's more triple triad related. I think for the time being, I'm going to say let's leave. And by leave, I mean, oh god, I really don't have many favorites yet. Because there are definitely some we probably could have maybe explored and got our hands on during the previous part, but nah, well. Anyway, off to Limsa. Welcome to Limsa. Ugh, pardon me. Ooh. For the sea, it be calling me. And I noticed that triple try match is allowed in area. Kind of a neat thing. Anyway, better one. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever ye like, mate. I'll be with ye, Aye, I'm Badion. Alright, who's asking? Heard as I've got a job for a capable adventurer, ye say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things liable to get downright bleeding hairy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill ye on the details. And we can net ourselves maybe some better gear. That stops me from wearing glasses. No! But is potentially better than what we've got. But we have all the level 25 quests, so I'd argue we can just get a better top anyway. I'll go bronze pieces, fuck you. It's probably pirates. Oh darn pirates. In the pirate area, who would have thought? I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word as is some suspicious looking buggers been sneaking in and out of the Natasha Seagrot. And I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Airport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it wasn't so long ago that as the Fishback's pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit and folks are feeling a bit nervous. If you'd permit me, Master Badion, I should be happy to elaborate. Hello there, Viner. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this work? Oh no, Commodore Weiner. Come to make sure my patrons are behaving, or just firstly? Neither of that. I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation. I came to offer what information I could shift from recent reports. Fair enough. Over the course of the past moon, there has been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Airport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Natasha Seagrot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of corals had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Natasha again. But with the Sargon testing our defences daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. First, I thought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Natasha is located in western Enosia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Fee Melpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to ye, lad. Alright. So, yep, that's the main quest. We're off to a dungeon. Also, other quests are spawned. This person has rising to the challenge. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'm not fault to our patrons for much of what goes on at tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later wanting and waving as if their drunken heedlessness was somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal right here, as oft used as it seems to be. I have no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. Fair enough. We'll hand this book over to a person. Stranger he was, a swarthy Woggadon who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, everyone docked my wages. Ooh. You upset the boss, you fool. And this person here has beauty is only scalp deep. Rumours of a dangerous madman about town has this person, this is fucking names I swear, ill at ease. You're either a brave man or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight with the splash of a fisherman's bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, it said he brandished his blade so long and sharp they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumours from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the West. But it's good assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Ugh. Oh, that wasn't in the game. That was someone coming and getting stabbed in my garden, clearly. But anyway. I'll tell Jeffrey to move it. Actually, no. There couldn't be anyone in my garden. Just had to check. I didn't jinx it or something. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute, that bloody book! Why didn't you say so sooner? The tight-ass bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to fit the bill. Said he was heading for Airport. Aye, where else the scursy sop? Knew you're willing he'll be stranded at the ferry docks. Though the gods know it won't help me get McGill back. So, yeah, definitely harming people in their wallets, which is never good. Oh, what's all this then? You got licenses to be out of this time, bruvs. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Apprehend him, toss him in the gully and throw away the key. Or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something! Woe is me! Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every gill of my husband's hard-earned wage. Foregoing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children. Oh yeah, a lot of fellas can have kids. All in anticipation of this day. I just assumed they just reproduce asexually or something. I don't know. Maybe it's the thought of a lot of fellas fucking that makes me go, ugh. I don't know. Anyway, what's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a well-renowned esthetician in Nimsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Leminsian oohing and ahhing in admire. They would admire the person. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. I don't know, he seems rather flustered. So, wait, where's my doubt button? Did I make a doubt button? Oh, I did. Ah, yeah, I did. There we go. Oh, how dare ye accost this madam? How dare you, how dare you, how dare you? Oh, the ignominium of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame! Is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artrist of my renown should be welcomed with open arms, and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal. The tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. You are all a bunch of colourful bunch of people, aren't you? With my dying breaths, I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hananza of now Claydon Fedmelis, Guildmaster Beaton of the Carpenters Guild in Gridania, and Severin at the Alchemists Guild. If there is 1 ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jan Delane sent you. When my soul is restored and my name rightfully cleared, all of Limsa, nay, the fairy realm will sing your praises. For I, Jadeline, and none other than the ass, the ass. Oh no, he's dead. Well, anyway, I guess I'm going to take wherever those tools are, or things. So yeah, we have an objective now. We gotta go all over the place. Conveniently, we will be going all over the place to do dungeons. So we can do this as we do stuff. Yay! Bum 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 bum. Guildmaster! An emergency on foot! Jadeline sent you. Let me guess, the Barmy's fool's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul again, and is thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. That man brings on himself. You turned down the theatrics and went by his work like an earnest craftsman. I dare say he saved himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his whinging. Anyway, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him if he loses these, I'll craft next pair into his bloody hands. Fair enough. Well, with that sorted, let's go to the Aethernet Shard and head over down to the docks. Since we're in Limsa, might as well do that. No, pardon me again. I'm having quite a bit this afternoon. Anyways, you there, Wogadin fella, you left your book. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. Your journal. My journal? Why, I thought I had lost it forever. Pardon us, my rudeness friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Ha ha ha. Oh, you funny fun. Did you steal a glance at the pages, perchance? No? A shame that, for this book contains, how may I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Ha ha. You've the air of adventure about you, if one still untested. But take heart! Even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Fair enough. Were there only some way for me to repay you? But of course, I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own? That one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds. And with that, I shall be off, for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Lelazan fellow for his generosity. Oh yeah, how funny of that. You know, if you rely on other people to pay for your bill because you drink yourself into a hole, don't be surprised when you're suddenly banned from every pub from the bottom of Cornwall all the way up to the top of Scotland. We can now select our challenge log. The challenge log is right here. And we don't have everything yet because we haven't unlocked all the categories, but we can already technically get stuff here, like we get more experience in guild from doing fates with the highest possible rating. Or doing levy quests, with different levy plates even. Crafting stuff, which requires us to grab one of the crafting classes, obviously. And of course the gold saucer, which, yeah. Oh, cool! We got all these gold saucers challenges! After I've used up all the stuff I can do for now. Or at least some of the stuff I can do for now. And also just completing unique ones in general. We're just gonna call it all that. And it does refresh every so often, so... Anyway, for Melpa, you hear about Commodore Weiner's investigation? Then you want to board a ferry bound for Airport. Once you arrive in Western Nocia, though, you best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Zatasha. Adventurous Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you'll need to face dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. Hall is on the way to Zatasha, just north of Airport, head inside, and one of their seasoned adventures will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Well, let us head over to Airport, then. Oh, it cost us 40 gil. No, my money. No. And the loading screen as we've now headed into Western Nocia. Looking on the map, there are a few quests around. Level 15 wise, even a Levy's quest. We could pick them up. However, as I've finally pointed out continuously, our level's a bit on the high side, don't you think? God, Chocobo keep going. And, yeah, the A4. Oh, I was confused for a second. That's not a black mage person on Chocobo. That's a Chocobo black mage for that matter. How neat. Anyway, we've got our way from right, so now we don't have to worry about having to take the boat anymore if we really don't want to, or if we're miles away from said thing. So yes, the Hall of the Novice. Basically, it's a way to learn how to do dungeons. What your role is, but I don't need a Hall of a Novice to tell me how to play a game when it's quite clear. If you choose to play a class that's in the healer bit, your job is to heal. You choose to play in the tank bit, your task is to keep aggro. You play as one of these many DPSs, your role is to be the one to deal good amount of damage. And if you're failing to do that, either you're under-geared or under-leveled, or both, or something else has gone horribly wrong in your class. And in that case, there's not much you can do about it. So, this person goes into detail about it, and the Smith has stuff for us to do if we so desire. Hall of the Novice membership is granted to us, but we don't have to do it. I am prepared for the Hall of the Novice. We don't have to do it because the objective is not to go and talk to the Smith, but we can do anyway. So upon completing these exercises, we'll receive brand new gear for your chosen role, as well as the brand new ring, which increases XP earned by 30% until level 30. So this exercise does net you some gear that is supposedly meant to be better. And a wing, which, yeah, does what it says it needs to do. So there's healing, obviously. But as we can see here, there's Master of Shields, Master of Arms, Master of Magic. We don't have to do it though. We could just go, nah, screw that. I'm going to go and punch this dark helmet quickly. No, that's a joke, of course. Actually, where's my... I'm going to give it a hug. I give the Dark Helmet a hug. Okay, me being silly aside, I'm thinking some of the low-level quests they do have in some places, I might as well save for when I'm leveling up a class. More than anything else. Various NPCs out here. Clearly things are not going the wellest as they can. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. Can't take more of this blasted waiting. Oh, you are? Oh, thank the gods. Shouldn't we already know about the ship scene slipping around the Elves of Umbra? We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Satasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancying serpent weavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. Kidnapping is still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is poke around the caves. Yeah. Go in the cave, go and figure out what's going on exactly. It's probably pirates, blah 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 blah. Satasha is now unlocked and is our first duty. Our first actual one. Duty calls, a dungeon beckons. Behold, some of the themes of some of the dungeons you'll be heading into in Realm Reborn. Enlist an aid of allied players and NPCs alike to slay monsters, solve mysteries, and defeat the mighty boss lurking in the depths. It's not only a time-honored tradition of adventurers, but it also progresses the main scenario, and tests your prowess at a given class or job. See, this is the difference between Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft, or other MMOs. Whereas something like World of Warcraft, it doesn't force you to do the dungeons, so you do like the Dead Mine storyline, and the Counter Onwards wise, and it's clear that it's set up so that it's like, you go into the Dead Mines after it. They, like, everyone who you've been trying to deal with is fled into the Dead Mines. Do we go in there? No, you don't have to. Besides, do you want to go to Wedwidge? Whereas with this, it's like, we want to carry on playing this game, we gotta go in the dungeon. You may challenge a dungeon via two different methods. By calling the support of trusty NPCs, aka they made it so you can play on your bloody own, you introverted fucks. Or by pulling your talents with other players. Oh god, other people! No! Be they best friend. Yeah, you could form a party beforehand, or first acquaintance. No matter how you form your party, the trials that await you will be comparable in difficulty and experience. No matter how independent and capable you may be, a dungeon is too many to a challenge of to overcome on one's own. Unless you're like level 100, then these Realm Reborn dungeons, you could one-shot everything practically, I would assume. But, you know, after choosing to challenge a dungeon, with NPCs, a party that perfectly complements your current class or job will be automatically created for you. So it means that if you're a tank, there'll be a healer and 2 DPSs. If you're a healer, there'll be a tank and 2 DPSs. And if you're DPS, there'll be a tank, a healer, and a DPS. And then we can utilize the Duty Finder to do our stuff. And dungeons abound. As you can see, other encounters that we'll probably end up having to deal with. Woo! Understand and know what I must be doing. So yeah, Satasha, we can enter through there. Or we can enter through the duty support / duty finder. So we can actually take a look at here. With this, we can actually alter any of this settings here. Like the loot rules. I'm not going to touch them. So you can join parties in progress. You can go unrestricted, meaning no level sync or any of that. Unless you want level sync, you know. Minimum item level. Silence the echo bonus, which is may just be in the event that you fuck up. Explorer mode, so you can just look in a dungeon that you've done already and run around it. Limited leveling roulette, which can limit the roulette to duties of an appropriate difficulty based on the level of party members. So it ideally gives you the stuff that's, and we can loot laws where it's like read only, loot master, and language where you can set Japanese, English, Dutch, and French. That's literally what they mean. So if I wanted to say end up grouped up with a bunch of Germans and have to try and use my very, very, very shite attempt at knowing German and my, I swear it wasn't on purpose, even more worse French, then I can. And of course also Japanese. I obviously unbox the one that I'm of a server that's built around. So anyway. For now, we only have Satasha and the stuff in the Gold Saucer, which is, of course, the Battle Hall for Triad, and Mahjong. Yeah, I wish I didn't do that. So yeah, and then if we want to go on our own accord without having to wait at all, because this is the thing. Depending on the time of day, depending on the day of the week, depending on if there's anything going on for most other human beings, depends on whether or not we'd even be able to get in within the next 2 seconds. Whereas this, we would be able to. We would have an eager Thaumaturge, Lancer and Marauder with us for the level 15 dungeon, Satasha. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a heads up on that stuff. So this is the decision I need to make now, basically. Do I go in with NPCs or do I go in with random people? Now there are dungeons and later on bosses, singular like boss fight encounters that obviously you need other people for, especially the stuff that ends up being 8-man over 4-man and the maids. Like, you can't do them without other people, like, so part of me wants to just go duty support because try and communicate successfully with a controller, I dare ye. Alternatively, I could see if I could plug my keyboard in, but might not be the smartest decision. So, yeah, you know, let's go duty support for this one. This is just so that we can show off dungeons, highlight how it's done. Active health entry for limit breaks. We won't have to worry about that one. I'm a healer. The AI will happily do that for us. Welcome to Satasha. There's clearly people inside that we're going to have to deal with. Oh, just some normal wildlife. Now, if I had 3 friends to play with, that would be neat as well. Sadly, I don't. Also, behold, references to other Final Fantasy games in the tutorial. Yay! Specifically, Sack, Terror, Kane, and Phoebe. All from different games. How lovely. And yeah, there's portraits. That's a thing. I don't really have much to say about that, other than I need to sort one out, clearly. That's something I should probably do as well at this point, is sort out the adventure plate, because that is something that people can see, same with portraits. So yeah. Anyway, the black bats here actually are part of my hunting log. So we're actually getting that done. Easily. Woo! But yeah, as you can see, with it being a case of me being in this with NPCs, they'll actually be of level and of equipment. So they'll, it's optimized. You're not going to easily swarm through the dungeon. Now, there are probably times when you probably could easily do so. It depends on who you end up teaming with. If there's a bunch of people who are new to the game and all that, then obviously it's going to be more of a make your way through over time with that. If it's a bunch of people who just happen to get on like a roulette, then chances are you better hope your way to wall. And that's another reason why it's probably a good idea for this instance to do this. Anyway, we find this bloody memo here that says that the captain likes his wine red. Red wine, you see. It's even spelled how I would pronounce it. How lovely. That captain is very thoughtful of me. Yeah, also, since this is like the first dungeon, as you can tell, I just got hit, so I probably just kill myself. But I'm not having to worry about the Eager Marauder's health as much immediately. Now, this is what a healer does. You see them getting a bit too low, and all that, you need to heal. The idea is that obviously you make it so that they have enough health so they can survive whatever attacks are about to happen. So there is a bit of leeway where you're able to just go, alright, I'll just press B. And besides, we've yet to get more healing spells, so we're just stuck with curing for now. But that's fine, this is the first dungeon, it's whatever. there's a lack of AoE skills probably being used, so in reality the only time I'm going to need to heal is when the marauder goes down to low enough health where it's like, oh no, I should probably make sure that they're not about to die. Pardon me. I think it doesn't matter which DPS you are, but if you're DPS, it'll be the Eager Thaumaturge and not the Eager Lancer, which in a way is kind of a shame that you can't choose between whether you want it to be a melee DPS or a ranged DPS. Shade Seeking. They're quite weak, you see. And a giant clam. Which spawns them, which means we need to kill it. Right, we killed it. Now we can take care of these Shade Seekers without any issue. Ooh, there's a cave Aurelia here and a fossil shell. Both at the same time. Obviously, I would want to preface this if there's a preference on whether to do it with duty support or to purposely like schedule it so that I'm doing these streams at a time when players are most likely going to be active in the UK, then to then play online, then that's a discussion that can be had in the comments. Or if you're watching this after the stream, or if you're watching the stream right now, hello! Recommendations on how we're going to do this in the future will always be lovely. I will happily take all advice. This is just for the case of showing off how it is with duty support for other people. This is also so I don't get the worst case scenario for a lineup of people in the first fucking dungeon as a healer. Because I'm going to probably, how I would have to communicate is probably through yes and no's. So like if someone said wall to wall, I'll have to shake, I will have to like nod my head or shake my head and it'll be like, that's how I communicate. Then they could be like, oh, are you console? Yes. Ah, damn it, the clam did its thing. You know what, I for sure would hate if some people came along up to me and started hitting me with various weapons. I certainly would clam up. I'm gonna let the silence sink in. I understand I'm not funny. Right, so far we've gone an hour into the stream. I am noticing the red light on the Wi-Fi extender. Like, I'm literally looking at it right now. That's how I don't have to care at the moment. And I'm not seeing any issues on OBS, any issues with my connection. So chances are, if I was still connected to the Wi-Fi itself, I would be having those issues. Which means the thing that actually helps me survive, have my stream survive not dying hollow, is quite literally just have a wired connection. I should have sorted that out much sooner. I really should have. Well, and then again, it's a money problem as per usual, so I'll have to keep that in mind for when I get paid and all that. And the only thing I can do to maybe improve things at this point would be a better review. I don't know what cat the cable is that I've got, so I doubt it's cat sense. So anyway, a red, a blue, and a green coral formation. I wonder what would happen if I pressed the wrong colour. I've been poisoned! No! No! How? Anyways. So yeah, if you're foolish enough to press the wrong formation, you end up getting poisoned and a cave already spawns. So, let's actually press the white one because it said he likes his wine red. There you go. An inconspicuous switch spawns and aha! Chopper! The music starts playing, and this thing seems to have more health than other things. This is our first instance of a boss fight, a big kobold called Chopper. Yeah, use the opportunity while it's doing its attack to hit in water, because it can't deal more damage. Not much more I can really do at this point. Other than keep arrow applied and spam stone. It's quite simple actually. Some classes kits don't come into full fruition. But we did it, and now there's a treasure coffer. Inside the treasure coffer we find a pair of plundered earrings. Might as well check to see if they're better. No, they're not, because we have these things. Otherwise, they actually would be better actually in some way. Okay, right. So we actually got a good bit of gear. Inside the treasure coffers will be gear. If you're, of course, in a one with other people, you'll have to roll for the gear. If it's a bunch of people who aren't new, then they'll just probably pass or greed if it's a piece they really want. And if it's a bunch of new players, then you better hope that it's gear that only you need, because otherwise there'll be multiple need rolls. And we all know how need and greed work if you've been from any other MMO ever. Need means you'll have priority no matter what you rolled, if everyone else rolled greed. If everyone rolled greed, however, or passed, then whoever got the highest roll with the greed will roll. It can range from 1 to 100. So, yeah. So, naturally, of course, if I was playing with other people, I'm range better. I'd get like 2, 5, 3, 10. A 99 on a piece of gear I wouldn't want, but... Hello there, people. How did you find this place? By the matches, squawk. So we found Captain Madison. I'm assuming he is the captain of the ship that we are investigating. You can also tell that a boss fight is occurring because an area is about to be sealed off in a time limit. And the limit break meter has gone to full. I ain't using it, and the reason is because I'm a healer and that is basically doing a heal thing. The AI NPC, however, will happily use it if they're a DPS. Basically meaning that they'll do an attack that is meant to be of a stronger caliber than most other attacks you'll be using. And Captain Madison is fleeing for his life because turns out we're stronger than them. Yay! Also, an Acolyte skirt. It's better than what we've got. I've lost my legs. No. Anyways, welcome to this area. There be a scurvy dog. Oh, dogs have scurvy. Oh no. Someone feed it an orange. So anyway, our current objective is to attain the Wave Rider Gate Key, which should drop off of a random enemy. Like, no, seriously, it will be random. We can explore the entire area, fight all of these various weavers, and there's a chance it will just be on the very last one you kill. It does happen. Real shame when it does as well, because it means that you've spent all that bloody time. Thankfully, if it does drop off at the last one possible, it means that I've had to go into every single area. But if we look on our map, some of these areas aren't revealed to us as easily. So yeah, there's Navigator's Quarters, Deckhand Quarters, and the Hole. Oh, pardon me. So let's head over this way first, methinks. You there, weavers, die. Oh, excuse me. Right, my order did the job and nothing dropped. So, into this room. In this room, there's a treasure coffer alongside 2 weavers. Doing a bit of exploration is also can be useful because there are more treasure coffers built around places. Some dungeons can have this more open-ended aspect to them. Others can be a lot more Final Fantasy XIII, aka hallways. But that's the thing. The number of times when it ends up being a case of in a game like Final Fantasy where it is a bunch of hallways. Like, at the end of the day, I'll hype up Realm of the Great One in Charles Cold Steel 1. That's essentially a bunch of hallways pieced together randomly, but it's just such a difference in tone in terms of dungeon in that game. And it ends with such a good boss fight. And yet it's not the final boss, which is really annoying. Because the fun fact about Charles Cold Steel 1, its final boss fight you can heal twice. Now explain how you can win on Nightmare. The answer is not easily. Throwing stuff. Hey, the captain caught his keys. Some people here are not fighting us. That's good. They get to be spared. Well, we did get the key. Might as well head into these other areas and at least explore what was in them. Inside here, we see a bunch of reavers that then start attacking each other. Sadly, because we have an AI tank, the moment I go over here for this treasure coffer, first straight to skirt by the way, they start fighting them! Ugh, we could have escaped without having to fight a single one, but no. For the record, getting some other bits of gear for any other class is also useful at times, and also that's a lot more enemies than I realised. I should probably start doing some cures. That's the thing. This is why you don't just think, oh, well, I'll just green DPS it. Because there are times when there's a lot of enemies, and that's the thing. It's like, this is why I'm not a fan of wall to wall. It's like, if the healer's not good enough, or is too inexperienced, you're basically going to death sentence yourself. Because, you know, it's just how it would work. Charge scale, we But yeah, that's this area. So worth it. And over this way is the hole. 2 weavers having to stand guard. And the key is literally right next to the gate. I'm not joking. Such flawless security there, weavers. So, security. I wouldn't trust these guys when it comes to my security, but you know what I can trust? Why, this VPN that requires you to spend however much a month in order to safely browse the internet. Or so they claim. Well, anyway, that's a good enough reason as to why I'll never get a NordVPN sponsor. And no! My glasses! I'm now wearing a hat that I must poke holes in for my ears. As we can see, the ears clip through the hat. So either the hat was designed with the ears in mind, or something. Because, fun fact, me being a bit Tokay, the ears don't fuck things up. But if I was, say, a Fiera or Hofgar, the ears do fuck it up, or the head fucks it up in some way, shape or form. And it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Why? Like, if it can work for the McTotes, then it means that they must have spent the time to do it. It's a talking point I've heard for a while now. It's like, yeah, I can see why. But it does seem a little unfair that some bits of headgear just don't work as intended for some races, but does perfectly fine for others. Does mean that if there's a brilliant headpiece that you want with your character, you better not be a particular race, which is a little issue. And it means that there is an inherent level of racism happening by square units. Anyway, welcome to the Chateau Weaver. Technically a mini boss, as it does happen to be able to survive quite a bit, but all it does is now the wave rider gate, which is gate key, which is what we needed. And now the last objective is to take out Den the Orca-Toothed. In order to do that, though, we need to get through the wave rider gate and the enemies that are from there to the end. So there was actually a part of me that was thinking I'd just do like a grind session on Pokemon Sword for the Nuzlocke, and I realised I didn't need it. I've got the grind session thing sorted thumbnail wise, so it might be that after the Dragon Gym, like prepare ourselves so that everything for the rest of the game is going to be more of a cakewalk, hopefully. Where I'll just like grind up all the Pokemon I've got so that they're able to, you know, be potentially useful, instead of it being like, okay, well, I'm going to want to use that one for this bit. Oh, but they're still like level 2. Okay, well, never mind. Anyway, hello Captain Madison again. The second Ram Blade. And yes, this is a boss fight. AI focuses on ads first, which is fair enough. If you're a tank, you can just spam an area attack, assuming you have one. Right. No lowering the accuracy. The parrot has called in the dogs. The doggos attack, but their health is relatively lower, so it's actually really easy to deal with. Especially if we actually target them. That's one way to finish off the boss. If we head in here, which is where the stalks were, there's nothing to be seen. Just a bit of a hole in the wall, essentially. Now heading this way, and no treasure coffer. Darn. But anyway, me running around that entire area does net me the achievement, mapping the realm Satasha. Now it's just whichever enemies are left between me and the final boss. Off the dungeon. And this tends to be how the formula is. Just walk through, fight bosses, do things that sometimes are necessary requirements in order to reach the boss, and fight the boss. Makes sense, the pure gameplay mechanics are all combat oriented. It's not like there's going to be a dungeon that requires someone to specifically be alchemist and to brew a potion in the middle of a war zone, thankfully. But there is, if there are any, then proceed to shut me up in the comments. Ooh. It's getting a bit warm here. The power of having the Xbox on. Also stuffy, because turns out I do have like a little air vent thing on my window, and I had it open. So of course when the weather went down to like 0 degrees, This room got very, very fucking cold very, very fucking quickly. Much to my own befuddlement. Hey, we've looped round to A! And onto the alphabet. It does do that actually. Every 26-ish enemies, because alphabet, will loop around. And I say 26 just because it depends where you are in the alphabet for entering for alphabet purposes. Technically, what we just saw were Reaver's C to A. I felt like making a Pokemon reference. Anyways, we made it to the area. And, it's high up. I'm just going to open the window. You, Zalia, spawning grounds. Captain Madison, no! I liked you all so much. And now we gotta deal with this. Psh, Finnish fools. The Lord of the Well shall rise up upon your upon your souls. Surely he's no match for us, goes our intrepid warder. So the objective is quite simple. The boss is going to hit our tank. And while that's happening, we DPS the boss down. Bubbles will begin to form on the surface. Now the way that you're meant to deal with it is to like... There's nothing out of the ordinary. Crap. I was not paying attention. But basically where you can see things appearing here, we can interact with it. And therefore remove the evil presence from that one. We don't actually have to pay it too much attention, I guess. Because as you can see here, like the boss is already down to such low health. And I just needed to start healing because, yeah. But enemies will approach once, I guess once it's like all four of them are bubbling. But they did so a little late for that, and so we win. It's real simple. The idea is that it showcases the idea that there's going to be times when you don't do damage. But, But we did it! Victory! We gained some thigh boots. That hides the trousers part of the Acolyte skirt, so how does the Acolyte skirt actually look like? Well, if I was to say, unequip this, like this. I know how scandalous of me doing that. Wait, oh, so there is a treasure cover at the end, so yeah, dungeons just net you a thing, and my boots were in the chest as well, god damn it. That's RNG for you. Right, while that's happening, I'm gonna just sort this out. So the window, so I'll close the window, and then I'll sort it out, so I think what I should do is, I think what I should do is, during the stream, open these vents. That way air gets in. And I will definitely do that a lot more in the summer. Right, that's all sorted. And we did the quest. Now we just have to go back to Badion and hand it in. And then we'll be doing this. And for the record, we now have to do this a whole another 2 times, as the first 3 dungeons are in very quick succession, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. However, when we're in Gridania, we can go and pick up the level 25 Conjurer quest while we're there, and also we gain a load of experience by doing the dungeons. Like, seriously, this is why I'm not considering doing like the dungeon, like some of these quests in Alport, because it's like I'm way over leveled already. I think it'd be detrimental to do them. I'm hearing a siren. Might be an ambulance. Well, anyways. Regardless of all that, it's time for us to head back to Limsa. It's a shame the one in Gridania is like free. Meanwhile, this one's 40 gil. Like, ugh, god damn it. Fucking course it is. Aha! That person over there. While ago is Triple Triad person. Anyway, to the F Castle. I feel like a name like that one just has to be said in a particular way. Sylvan Darling. Is that sort of thing? Oh hey, you can fish off of this. I didn't realise that. Well, I hope they're having fun with that fishing. Maybe they can fish up a corpse with one of those things that we killed. Anyway. Badion! I did it! I killed the Jabberwocky! We want you to kill the fish. Oh, right, the fish. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. Oh, pardon me. Afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Satasha? Indeed I was. It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbour. None the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. You probably should get your sleep. Don't want to be having to fight a bunch of things while sleep deprived. That sounds like a terrible idea. Basically what that lot of fellas basically saying is day 32 or something like that, you know. Day 37 as I've labelled it on the source image file. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in New Yorkia. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armour for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavours, sir. Good. Nice to meet you, Delirious Bear. May we hopefully see you in your adventures. Back then, are we? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I wager. Oh yeah, fish. Killed them. Lord of the world. Which... Fishbacks? And I was thinking you only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still sounds like you left them in pieces, and I don't suppose they would be carrying out whatever mischief they were planning, unless they were planning on feeding themselves to the Fauna-Rose Tasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. I swear, the way these words are written, it's going to trip me up continuously. Now, I bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. Just so happens I have a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see. Seems the forest folk in need of a adventurer who can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip for a sign delayed, but after the way we dealt with our fishback infestation, if there's anything you can't handle, give us a shout when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. Thank you, my dear friend. Well, friend. No, that's too much. Our dear master of the guild. Or something, I don't know. Our dear proprietor, because this isn't in. Call of the forest! Ready to hear about that job? Like I said, the request comes from our sister girl in Gridania. That's all I know. Whatever it is, you get to ask. I somehow died frozen in trouble for adventurers survived the bedlam in Santasha. If you think you might be interested, you want words with Mother Mion to me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Back to Gridania. And so, to teleport to New Gridania is 617 gil. To get to Oldar, it's currently 456. But, if I was to, say, go for the approach of the airship, which is less convenient because it's more buttons, there's more to do to get to it, we can head to the airship ticketer, and it is worth the price of 120. It's actually less. So if you're trying to save money, then the airship is for you. Thankfully we can just skip the cutscenes at this point because there's nothing else but secretly loading. Or at least being like, okay, that's done, now trigger the loading sequence, landing sequence, blah blah blah, and you're done. You're now back in Gridania. Welcome back to Gridania, ladies and gentlemen. It was nice to have been gone while we were. Anywho, we're back. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take you. Oh, it's you, Chris. It is so good to see you again. What's that? Here at Bellion's suggestion, you say. The foul-mouthed rogue sends me word the adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear details, and I shall brief you. Indeed, I shall hear about it. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Begs pardons for interrupting me, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? Good evening to you too, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honour us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Well, if it isn't our very own man for all seasons, you suddenly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Chris. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Fair enough. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tam Tara Deepcroft. Remember that place? We went past it. Quite a few times, actually. The place was once a Galmorn settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Delamond, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These sellers have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our own peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with the orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Axel at bay. Since we saw the attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment of respite. They have probed every elm of our defences in search of weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. For saying this, go back to like part 3 or something. The situation is so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Delamond to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter? Oh yeah, of course. Anything to help out the forest. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft, and identify yourself to the guard present at the entrance. Will do. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Okay, my throat is dying now. Yippee, I've got another drink. Anyways, since we're here, might as well saw that one coming now. So a comely maiden, new to these benign parts. Well, let's go and speak to a person. This is because I'm doing this quest solely because we're missing a dance. That's it. And we also do need to head over to the Carpenters Guild quickly to grab a thing for that guy in the Beauty is only Scalp Deep quest. I forgot his name. Well, whoever he is, he obviously isn't that important. I'll just do it as a favour. Beaton, a guy wants something from you. Message on gender lane. Yeah, that's the name. Say, so he's lost another one. Does this man not understand that wood doesn't simply grow on? Actually, it does. At least in the manner of speaking. But the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For his flowery words, if his tools were truly an extension of his very being, one would think he found a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Skills are not to be doubted though, but his sentiment levels leave much to be decided. Still, it is not my place to take this to him, and let us both hope he will right his ways. One can only assume, giant pole that I'm talking to. Oh, and the person behind it. Well, anyhows, the quest at hand for the dancey dance. I think that person's doing a bit of trying to emote to the person. Anyway. A day of merrymaking, is that all you adventurers think about? I'm here to teach, my dear fellow. For me, these younglings are to learn a most secret, meaningful and uniquely uplifting dance. Now I realize full well that tradition may not hold much allure for the young, but I didn't think they would up and run away. This marriage experience is unprecedented. It's all the more surprising seeing they obeyed the Timbermaster without demur. Well, I wouldn't give to know his secrets, but I must wait here for my unruly charges. I wonder though, might you ask the man how he tamed them? Alright, back we go. Time to talk to bloody Beaton again. I realised I've just wasted my time then. Essentially, I could have knocked 2 birds with 1 stone there a little bit. Ah, wells. Oh, Beaton, I need to talk to you again. Another green adventurer come to play with swords? Apparently not. Speak your mind, child. So the younglings will not heed their dancing master, and I am to provide the solution. Master Yedif seems able enough, but carry no generosity towards herself. She has none of her charges. Give the young sleeves on her behalf and bid them return to their lesson. Give toys to the children. Oh boy, I can give toys to children and then lure them into a secluded corner of Gridania. That sounded a lot more creepier than I should have realised by the time I said it. Well, no small matter. We're doing it for the purposes of making sure that they learn their lesson, damn it. More than anything else. They're over in New Gridania. No, Old Gridania. We were in New Gridania. Don't mind me just being a dumb ass again, as per usual. Pardon me. I ran off because it's boring. All Mistress Yidif says is how we're doing it wrong. Well, here's a toy. Hey, that's one Master Beaton's. If this is supposed to be a bribe, then you got yourself a dull adventuring man. I like your words, magic man. Anyways, looks like the other two are more near the amphitheater than anything else. Oh yeah, last time we managed to just barely do the little ladies' day questline. I got us some gear, which is, well, some gear that we can glamour in the future. Right, a bashful boy. Scoop with both hands, then look left, up, right, down, or is it up, down, left, right? Be a start. You're finishing it off, aren't you, child? You're doing a Konami code, aren't you, child? Wish you would let me take notes. Oh, not allowing notes? Oh god, what kind of Discordian teaching is this? Oh right, this is made of maple. It's unmistakable. Ha! Master Beaton would tell you the grain of it almost flows like syrup. Someday I'll be a timber master like him. Wants me to go back to Mistress Yedif's class, doesn't he? He always tells us that if you can chew a piece of wood, there's no excuse for not tuning yourself. Alright, I'm going. Alright, well, good on you, child. Making our way downtown, walking fast. Anyway, right, okay, one more child to give a toy to, and then we can head back and do the thing. And it's a gleeful girl this time. And then we can grab the Conjure quest while we're on our way back. But I don't want to be a dancer. Why can't we just play? I mean, I guess we could dance for fun. Well, there you go, a reason to. But I don't think Mistress Yidif knows how. She's so uptight. Would this toy help you out? Oh, is this one of Master Bean's toys? Does it mean there's more if I go back to class? I'm on my way! On my way to misery and happiness to be. Okay, well, I'm humouring myself at the very least. On the way down to the Conjurer's Guild. Okay. I'm annoyed at myself now. Give me a second, people, as I try and untense me back. I was gonna be careful because I pulled a muscle in my chest the other day, so it still hurts a little. Right, okay, hopefully that keeps me back from hurting too much as we grab another quest. Like mother, like daughter, and oh look, better gear, like I was talking about. Oh, so one-handed weapon. Oh, but glasses. I want to be wearing glasses, damn it. Welcome, Chris. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloistered heart of Stillglade Fade. Fair enough. Glad I am that you have come, for I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. It concerns, yes, young Sylphide once again. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent revelations concerning her mother has sorely troubled the poor child. It appears Sylphide needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fortunately, a pair of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word that they have spotted our way with Sylphide. Considering the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. First, I turn to you to escort Sylphide back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen to. Pray travel to Bascorn's Doofers and speak with Wolfrid. She was the conjurer who first chanced upon Sylphide and will be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. Fair enough, we can go do that in the future. As we make our way down towards there anyway, as we gotta go to Tamtar and Beepquoth. It's South Shroud, so it's a different area than we've been to so far, but behold, more trees is very apt. Continues to be apt every time we make our way into Gritardia, because behold, another tree! And it's like, okay, yeah, there's a tree. Yeah, my back is definitely acting up now. I am... The thing is, see, if I move my shoulders about, that does nothing for the back, really, so it's actually a waste of my time. But anyway, I've gathered up the children. Yidif. Do your thing. I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the young ones are back and I do believe we've reached an accommodation. It should seem more restricted than I imagined, and loosening up a bit has been a great difference. Made a great difference, even. This dance is for the Feast of the Harvest. To give thanks to Norfolka and the elementals. There must be no question in this dance, lest the matron be angered. It's very, very important. You hear that, people? Important. Ugh, pardon me. I do realise I haven't made the best first impression. Having you fetch my students for me, to make up for you, will you let me show you the dance? Think of it as a kind of peace offering. Fair enough. Please, teach us so. It goes like this, and then like that, and then like back there again, and a little bit more centered, and then goes wee, yeah. It's a similar dance. It's going to be more harvesty. Of course, it's better than, say, like Irish dance thing where it's like, where you just like move your legs about a bunch. The fact that we did that for Becky Lynch for her debut in NXT back in 2014, like, ooh, they were foolish. Foolish fools, foolishly acting the fools, as they were. Beaton comes along, noticing us doing the dance. I say we did a good job ourselves, personally. I love the wiggle of our ears when we're happy, it's so cute. Why, you are a born dancer, dear sir. Alright, fine, I'll buy Shadowbringer so I can become a dancer at 60, fucking bad. And so say we. And so say we. A sonorous voice in the distance, by God. Why, it's Beaton with a steel saw. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the laddies how it's done. And so say we. And so say we. Swings his axe and says, remember, shiver, shiver me timbers, etc, etc, etc. Oh, God, no! Master Beaton, what have you done? You've brought a weapon to the sacred dance! The matron, forgive us! We are surely doomed! Ah! Master Beaton, you scared us off! We were having fun! Timber Master Beaton, wasn't that a sailor's song? How do you know it? Never mind how I know. More to the point, what kind of trouble Mistress Yidif so? You did! She said you're supposed to be peaceful, the elementals will be upset. And you know how uptight she gets. The course of relationships never does one smooth, child. You will all discover this in time. That is indeed true. Relationships can be a massive mess at all times. But, you know, that's how life is. We are human after all. And with that, the quest is complete, and hopefully I haven't just lost 100 subscribers by singing very poorly. Anyway, Harvest Dance. We now have our third and final dance emote from those Dancey Dance quests. Yeah. I'll just quickly add it to our hotbar of 6 and there. Right, okay. Now it's time for us to head south. Now, we could start just walking out and all that, or we could spend some gil and go to Brent Branch Meadows normal, through teleportation. We have to for both the quests that we have anyway that I'd be doing. Tam Tower, one thing, and the South Shroud for the class quest as another. Besides, I can grab the request for... I can grab Tam Tower onto the duty thing, do the Conjurer quest. That I can do. Very easily, in fact. Oh boy. Okay, right, well... Not much I can do in terms of travelling other than sprinting my way there, so... On the road again, we walk. I'm gonna be sad when... Hey look, it's Delirious Bear. He's here. So we meet again. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Limsa, but this time we'll give you the better sport, for I am no true adventurer. Fair enough. And these people are also here again. We saw them in front of that place. And someone's throwing an axe around out those magic bones. Anyway, we're talking to the God's Quiver's bow here. Ah, you're Chris Fry, I take it. Thank you for helping us out, friend. No doubt the bow lord has already informed you, but your task is then to decroft and purge out the lambs of Dalamund. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Canary put an end to the 6th astral era. Cultists took the lesser moon Dalamund for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation, and so they were rather disappointed when it exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could even complete its descent. As it did, and curse you Bahamut. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. God damn it. Lambs of Dalamund are convinced that heretics, that is to say everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Saviour, and it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. And we unlock Tam Tower Deep Croft. Simple enough. Ah, the fireflies in here are part of our hunting log. We can murder them. And I'm remembering that we are already like near level 29 and whatnot. Anyway, so with that, let's head on down to the South Shroud and do our Conjurer quest. We'll do that, and then I will decide whether or not we'll carry on into doing Tam Tower. Except this is the wrong way, that's the tree bit. I needed to go back to a different junction. I need to go back over to here and then head down along here. That's where we would need to go, and then another dungeon there, Fowls and Moors of Toto Whack. Also an Eighth of Right is there in Quarry Mill if we so decided, but right, let us mosey on down to the South Shroud. I realise I don't want to like go around doing hunting log when I'm going to basically just end up over-leveled even more. Because let's face it, it's like Goblin Hunters are in the East Shroud. Pretty much most of these are going to be in the East Shroud, and we haven't gone back yet. So, you know. Outside the Black Bats, which, you know, we ended up finding in Satasha. That's cool that can happen. We're back hurts quite a bit. Oh, right. Anyway, right, welcome to the South Shroud. Here, the enemies are more of level to what we'd be dealing with. Oh, so these enemies are actually a thing. Actually, hold on. Where are they on the honey log? Because... Ah, here they are. Yeah, South Shroud. They're like the one thing that's in the South Shroud for us to do honey log wise. We'll probably end up fighting them at some point. There's there are quests around here. But we're just here to do the class quest, because, you know, we're almost level 30, and we're going to then have the level 30 Conjurers quest really quickly then, after this. But anyway, hello, Conjurers. We meet again, quest. I assume Brother Isumi warned you of the corruption my companions and I have been tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of the extensive blight is found in the southeast. The shrill, discordant voices of the elemental shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the river Treant. Suggest you give the area a wide berth. Seeing the potential dangers, you might imagine how alarmed it was to discover the young Sylphide wandering about this part of Tellswood. Seeing that her mother, a woman who hailed with conjury, but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sylphide herself had her head buried in some manner of tome, but if she is as sensitive to the elemental's murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Please be with the child and see that she is well. It is myself with our conjurer were not so pressing, but in fact be setting out at any moment. Right, fair enough. Good luck to those three and dealing with that as we talk to Sylphide. Hello Sylphide, nice to see you again. Chris? I should have known that Wolfrey would towel on me, but he assumed he sent you to take me back, didn't he? Yeah, that's exactly what we're here. This is where my mother used to live, you know, right up until she passed on. Folk was grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains how nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art. How there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making her angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjury altogether. And we were doing so fucking well. God damn it. Ugh, I've never heard the voices this mad before. I bet it's because Wilfrey and the others are using their art. We have to go and stop them. And how do you suppose I'd stop them? By using conjury that I'm supposed to not use? I mean, I could always just use this stick to bonk them over the head. That would work. Before they then lob stones at me for being an idiot. But, you know. Which is why the quest name is Like Mother, Like Daughter. We can all clap about that in a minute. All right now. Clap, 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 clap. I can't clap. I've got a controller in my hand. Step along the way. Actually, considering how close we are to Quavo, we might actually be worth, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go grab the Aetherite. We're literally right by it, so... Might as well, and then anytime we need to go into the South Shroud for any other purposes, we can just go from there, you know? And holy quests, Batman! If we wanted to stay around the area and do more of level quests, we can. How lovely. And there's levies. Oh, so lovely. But for the moment, this is all we'll do. We'll attune to the Aetherite. And then make our way over to the quest. Although, should I run into this fate? Nah, we're higher level than the fate itself. Kicking it with the cur traps. I'm not going to humour that's a play on. But behold, the corruption. By God, that is corrupted. Gods, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage. Well, I can't hear it, but obviously in her ears, she's hearing nature go, "Ah!" Or something along those lines. Again, trying to not let the neighbours want to knock me the fuck out. So anyway, a bunch of mud pies. I've heard of other types of pies and a mud pie. Actually, no, I've heard of mud pies before. Never this. We're only making nature more furious. And how, pray tell, do we stop them from dying horribly then, Sylphie? Like, right now I need to help. I'm helping with the healing, fellas. It's good I'm here. Even the creatures of the woods knows this is wrong. Now nature sends thunder and lightning against us. What more proof do you need? Elementals? Are they angry too? Gonna work on healing these guys. I've accidentally activated Swift Cast, but that's fine. I'm just going to kill them a little quicker. Oh no, it's a princess of the mud pies. No, wait, the elementals are helping us, which means Sylphie should be able to learn a lesson here. And the tainted earth's bite is gone, which means we win the quest. Yay! Okay, so the lesson that we should be learning then, right? I can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it was really safe for conjurers to borrow that power if I hadn't seen the way you wield it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. Alright, fair enough. How are you guys doing? Never has the earth so confounded me. I must apologise. Thank you for your timely assistance. With the origin of the corruption now neutralised, we should be able to cleanse whatever traces remain. You possess quite an affinity for the elements. That was most impressive. Indeed it was. Right, okay, yeah. Let us head back to Gridania, hand in the quest, and then do... It's currently 5 past 4. Wait, what have I got for food tonight? I think I've got that, which means I need to consider time it will take to cook. I think it might be worth putting an end because I'm going to go and eat food soon. Methinks. Because dungeons will take about 20, half an hour, depending on factors, so... Anyway, Izumi-han, welcome back. I predict the line. Welcome back, Chris. And also you, Sylphie. But Izumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Chris, he showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was a failure for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Siegfried, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. Full glad am I to hear that. For I must ask of you one more question. Yes? Brother Izumi? When you first witnessed Chris cleanse a corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices, well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd laying out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. I'm sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. What you describe are the voices of the elementals. You may very well possess the talent to become a hero. A hero? Of course. Much relies on your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude and have thus far lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. Putting aside such matters for the moment, I'm curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud. Chris, I assume from the reports I have received that it was a different magnitude to those which you have previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the 12 woods. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasingly frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the 12 woods. I should commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Chris, CFLive, I may have need for you both before long. Till then, give yourselves over to the study of our art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Indeed. We have bad top. Probably more glasses later. I quite like having glasses on my face, I don't know why. I wonder if there's a correlation. But level 29, we'll level off from a level 30 quest, which... Oh, no, one doesn't. Which is in Nature's Embrace, which would net us Cure 2. So yeah, we're stuck with Cure 1 until then. So yeah, that be the quest. We're now we're wearing pink, yippee! And now we're using a tinier stick of a shield. Fair enough from the game choosing to do that for us. Wait. Oh, pardon me. Wait then. I think it is... Considering all that we've got to do, I'm going to throw down the next time. So I'm just going to head over to the end room. And go from there, practically. So, let's do the outro stuff. If you enjoyed, you can always check out the other stuff like the Pokemon Sword Nuzlocke that's currently ongoing and anything else that I happen to have done on the channel. If you like the idea of subscribing, you can. Obviously, you don't have to. I'm not going to force you to. Actually, that's a lie. I should be forcing you. You must subscribe or else I'll kick a Lalafell. There we go. For each person who doesn't subscribe, I'll kick a Lalafell. That should work. If it doesn't, then I'll have to resort to more extreme methods. Maybe I'll kick a Wogadon and then severely pay for my crimes. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.